February 24th. At last I've found something more about the neighboring tribe. This is an incredible finding, and I just can't withhold my excitement. Like a giddy schoolgirl. Some elders
having shit now. What the
fuck? Why not? Some elders at the local town happened to know about them, but only through stories they heard. The most surprising thing is that the tribe was assumed to be extinct long ago, but according to my vague descriptions of the elders, the elders think that we could be dealing with a legend here. Are you trying to get out of the way of the text?
Maybe.
Everything they ever learned about them was during their childhood, when the tribe was stalking the town, much in the same way they've been stalking us. People used to call them...
Is that...
Dehon?
Deham or something? Yeah.
Some word that I can't read. As such was the sound of screams they heard echoing in the night. They'd come out into the streets and see an evil glitter atop the hill in the distance. Some would say it was a fire, others the cursed spirit of an ancient god. Whatever it was, they say the bright light amid the fantastic screams was bone-chilling. The macabre scene would suddenly stop, just as it had begun out of nowhere, never to be seen again in days to come. Intervals between those horrible nights became longer and longer, until they soon faded into oblivion. The tribe apparently had retreated back into obscurity, until now. They were later known as the Dalmar, a rather more scientific name, although none of the people I spoke with could possibly remember its origin. I find it extremely surprising that nobody has ever heard about this tribe with the exception of a few townspeople. They must be incredibly rare, and judging by the stories passed on from generations in town, very old. February 27th. I will confess that I have become nearly obsessed with the strange tribe. I see them as the most prized goal of my appreciation towards all South African things, a dangerous yet irresistible reward. I feel as if they were my discovery. I simply have to study them before leaving. I fear I won't have the chance to ever again. It has become an important goal of mine, even more important than finishing the bridge. March 4th. Finally, I have managed to see them. My God, what a disturbing spectacle. When we arrived, they were moving around the village very slowly, without speaking or communicating with each other, each minding his or her own business, completely alien to the rest of the world. They were filthy looking, coarse, and downright disgusting. I couldn't see any weapons, but they could have been stored somewhere. Can't imagine where their hammer space would be. It was all very strange behavior in a tribe. They must be quite unique. Then, as if they suddenly all became possessed by some wild spirit, they began shaking spasmodically and screaming like mad. Some of them had dropped to their knees and lifted their heads to the sky, eyes blank and moaning in an indescribable way. Two of them walked away, still in that monotonous and slow manner, and in a great contrast to the rest of the scene, into a shack. The next minute they brought out into the open an odd-looking mask. Its shapes, colors, and overall looks, while unsettling, were mesmerizing, and I felt instantly hypnotized by it. It rendered my modest collection of African curiosities into dull and uninteresting items. The mask was very ominous, and the whole tribe seemed to greatly revere it. Soon they began to gather around it and move in circles, fluttering and chanting a guttural psalm. Judging by their motions and aspect of the whole ritual, it must have been some kind of war ritual. I'm not sure how to explain what happened next, as I feel my pulses already throbbing. Words fail me to recount the most disturbing thing I've ever witnessed. One of the male villagers,
Ow.
One of the male villagers walked into the middle wearing the mask by his own will. It was an almost automatic act. All of a sudden, the remaining members became silent. I can't tell for how long it lasted, but I was afraid to breathe. I think Dalby and the others were also scared. They wouldn't even blink. I remember being soaked.
Kinky.
I remember being soaked wet and expectant.
Oh! What rating is this game?
The rating's going up over time. The silence was so unnatural. Then a few members separated from the people circling the mask and jumped on the single villager, beating him to death.
Ooh.
To be completely faithful to the event, the small crowd tore him apart. They grabbed his legs in twos and threes and twisted them in a manner I dare not describe. His face was disfigured with their bare fingernails and teeth, and the torso soon disappeared under the frenzied tangle of hands. In a matter of a few minutes, the villager was turned into a red sack of bones. Not one of the attackers had the compassion to snap his neck during the sickening process. All was very methodical, as if it was just another mundane task. The most terrifying aspect, though, was that the victim didn't even cringe. The silence was so deep I could hear his flesh ripping. I would expect any living creature to scream its guts out in such a condition. I can't tell whether he was drugged or half asleep, but I did recognize him dancing like everybody else before walking into the middle of the circle. It was the most outrageous and sadistic sacrifice I've ever heard of. I don't think I will ever forget what I saw. My intentions of approaching further, even if they didn't have any weapons at hand, vanished. Those creatures, I dare not call them human beings, could have killed my whole company in the blink of an eye with their rage. They seemed to be completely out of themselves and willing to destroy anything intruding in their path. While the images of the sacrifice still haunt my thought, I can't seem to forget that mask. It was so deceptively simple and yet perfect in its design. I haven't seen anything like it. I surely would love to take a better look. I feel the Dalmar, dangerous though they were, would be the most important ethical finding in decades. What I've seen today is crying out for some further investigating. I just can't seem to leave them like that. I would never forgive myself. And the mask, that mask.
The chat was fucking dying. Grim was like, now what's throbbing?
What was throbbing? BDSM 2?
Yeah.
Throws a pot. I knew it. This is a Zelda game.
I'm happy to take turns reading if you need a break.
I'm fine for them. As long as I can actually, like, read it and I don't
Well, Ray.
do a well ray again. So, what's this thing? How do I look at things? How do I look at things in my inventory?
Phantom.
Help.
Help.
Put thing in thing. Forever well ray.
Oh my god, we need to have a merch shirt that's like a well with a fucking
It's a well ray. Now, is it a ray that shoots whales, or is it a whale that shoots rays?
Phantom said you don't.
Oh, we just have pieces of paper that we can't read. Cool. Love it. Love that for us.
I love that for us. I'm so proud of us. I'm so happy.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, I can look at that.
A ray that shot at whales? No! I'd rather have the whales do the shooting, you know?
Can I use this on here? Key didn't fit there.
Now, what kind of whale? Like, would it be a killer whale, or which I know are technically in the dolphin family, or would it be like a humpback whale or a blue whale? Oh man, a blue whale would be freaking terrifying with the laser. Just, ugh.
What about like a sperm whale?
A sperm whale. Oh,
Just
no.
this giant thing.
Now we're asking the real questions, all of them.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Blue whales with freaking laser beams. Yeah, wouldn't that be terrifying? Oh my god. I do not like the outdoors of this house.
Oh, you don't think it's serene, beautiful, peaceful? Look at that sunset. You don't seem impressed.
Nope. Old pew pew water horses. Oh,
Pew,
no.
pew, pew. Okay, we have done many a thing. We have read many a thing. In many a posh British accent. Can I put my trunk somewhere?
Yeah, I feel like you're good at doing like a subtle English accent or British accent. It's like yeah.
I was eager to start doing some work, but the idea of exploring the place was too tempting.
It's like I feel like whenever I try and do any sort of accent, it comes off as like a Jim Carrey attempt at doing an accent. Just like way over the top and obnoxious.
I have Barbara's phone number. Where's Jerry's phone number? There's Jerry's phone number.
Jerry.
Michael, it took me months, but at last I think I managed. Well, I mean, think, so to speak, as there are only a few details left, but I can confirm with certainty that the house is yours. I owe you an apology because I didn't think it'd take me that much time. I tell you, I'd have never thought that finding a Victorian house, and no more and no less than in Rothbury, would have been so hard. The majority of the old houses in this region are either impossible to live in, or they belong to the aristocracy. As it is, as if that wasn't enough, you and your bloody whims, was it really that necessary being so cut off from town? Why all this sudden need for solitude? Well, as long as you don't become one of those typical hermit writers. Anyway, this beauty will take your breath away. It belonged to a wealthy family that always took great care of it. Around the mid-60s, it became the property of one person, I believe a friend of this family. He lived there for about 5 years or so and then abandoned it. Yes, you read right, abandoned it. As far as I know, this lunatic, renowned doctor, spent his last days getting drunk in lousy bars before vanishing from the face of the earth. Why someone would do that is beyond me. The house then became the property of the National Trust, and surprisingly enough, no one ever did anything about it. That is, until I rescued it from oblivion, of course. It took me a lot of work, so I hope you like it. The price is just as we discussed earlier. I know it's hard to believe, but the price of the interior was never agreed upon, so whatever you find inside, be it furniture or long-lost Rembrandt, it's yours. Just remember our deal. If you find anything of great value, you have to share it. Now I won't bother you if your sofa collection happens to be valued in the thousands, but if you bump into a hidden cache of money, and you never know, really, then I want a piece of it. Wait a second. If you happen to sell any important item you find inside the house, such as your sofa collection, I have to get part of it too. Business is business, my friend. By the way, I sent 2 people over yesterday to clean it from top to bottom. 6 years without inhabitants must have left a nice coat of dust, don't you think? They couldn't do wonders, though, and you're going to need weeks to fully clear that place. Oh, they told me the house seems to have a rat problem, but you can't have it all. Should you need anything, don't hesitate to give me a call. Your friend, Jerry. Matchbook. Vanishing Town.
I love it. A horror author wanting to live in a spooky mansion isolated from civilization seems normal.
Seems perfectly normal. So apparently this is Michael's book that he wrote, or his most recent one.
So fancy.
So fancy. A passing traveler comes across the small town of Fetch Rock, set in Cornwall, England, only to find that it is completely deserted, devoid of all signs of life. Houses, shops, town hall, church, no human being to be seen. The traveler informs the authorities of a nearby town of this fantastic event. The next day, an officer accompanied by 2 policemen visits Fetch Rock, except everything seems to be normal. 10 years later, John Parker, a journalist, reluctantly accepts the assignment to investigate the strange events, as they have now grown into a persistent local legend. Could it have been a practical joke by that anonymous traveler? Or did something truly strange take place in the vanishing town? Things become more mysterious when Parker learns no inhabitant of Fetch Rock remembers what happened on that day. So this is the type of book that Michael writes. All right, so now we have Jerry's number. We can go call Jerry.
Yay! Jerry!
Jerry!
I'm just waiting for someone or something to be behind the door.
But nothing happens on the first day.
Jerry!
All right. Telephone. Ring, ring. I want to speak with Jerry.
Hello?
Jerry, it's me.
What's up, Michael?
Everything seems to be fine, except the lights don't work.
Oh, you don't have to worry. I forgot to tell you. I had an electrician, one that I trust, to meet you there this morning. You know how a lack of power can be a recurring issue in old places like that. He should be arriving soon.
That's good to know. I'll set up my stuff and let you know how everything does later.
Perfect. Have fun.
Sure.
Sure.
Have fun.
And try calling Barbara.
Hello, R8 Productions.
R8 Productions? What in heaven's name was that?
Oh, hi, boss. I was just fooling around.
Well, don't. I don't want people thinking I'm some kind of studio. And don't call me boss.
I'm sorry, it's just that no one was calling and all of a sudden I got excited.
I told you it was going to be that way, girl. But I still need you there. I just hope you're not being bored to death.
Oh, don't worry. I'm studying tongues during my spare time. I love that so much.
Oh, that's great. But don't
Ow.
lower your guard. As
Ow.
soon as I publish my new book, that place is going to get riddled with phone calls and hundreds of fan mail.
That's the spirit, boss.
Hundreds of fan mail.
It's a huge success.
Of course it will. As soon as I find a proper ending. And stop calling me boss.
As you wish, boss. Oh, sorry.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Good luck.
I forgot to tell you, V, that I'm muting OBS to make human bodily noises, so if you're hearing stuff, the chat isn't necessarily hearing it.
Okay. I haven't noticed anything yet.
Okay. I've belched a few times. So, and it was while you're reading, and it's like right when I did it, you kind of like paused, and then I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like messing you up.
That's what's messing me up. You're the reason for WHALERAYS.
I'm sorry.
Where am I going? All right, can we go to bed now? I'm sleepy.
Sleep.
I want to go night-night. It's Mimi's time. It's too early for bed.
Ah! We want to get to the scary stuff.
It wasn't the best moment to start writing yet. Well, when's the best moment, Michael? Tell me.
The chat isn't hearing it, so I'm going to bring all the attention. Excuse me while I die. Oh man.
Okay, so we have to get electricity. But the electrician's not coming until tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Will we have to figure out how to get to the basement?
I'm okay, chat, knowing if I'm belching and shit. It's like I just don't necessarily want to go.
Knowing if it's shit. I don't think they want to know about the shit.
I just don't want to do it in your ears. You know?
You know what? I don't want you to shit in my ear either.
Oh man. But Phantom, like I have so many horror games I am too chicken shit to like finish. Like Alien Isolation, I'm still in the very beginning of the game because I got too scared. Like I just got to the part where you see one of the aliens for the very first time, and then after that I'm like, nope, I'm done. No more. Excuse me. Oh my god. I was concerned when you said bodily noises. It's like I haven't been farting, but I mean I wouldn't rule it out as an option.
Is that the actual reason you were leaning over earlier?
it hurts to smile. Oh man. Oh. Oh.
All right, how do we get into the basement? There's got to be a key somewhere. Oh, we need to talk to Jerry again.
Jerry!
Jerry!